Welcome to This Week in Warframe, a series where I keep you updated on the past week of Warframe, from announcements made by DE that don't necessarily warrant their own videos to community fan art, posts, and updates. So without further ado, let's go over Dee's announcements and news from the 1st of April to the 7th. Starting this video off, we have Operation Plaguestar returning to PC. Now, if you weren't here for the first release of Operation Plaguestar, it basically makes it so the Infested are the only enemies to be spawned on the plains of Eidolon, and they interrupt everything that you fucking do, so good luck fishing. Anyway, this operation requires you to start a bounty, and it will require you to go to the Grenier Caves that will be marked on your map, picking up a toxin canister, and upon doing so you'll have to take it to a mixing station. And once you're at this mixing station, you'll have to defend it for around 4 minutes. It is at this point you can use an Infested Catalyst or an Eidolon Phylaxis, each of which does require you to actually purchase or build them. Now, the Infested Catalyst spawns the Hemocyte during the final stage of the bounty, and you can build this catalyst from the Biolab in your clan dojo. As for the Eidolon Phylaxis, you will have to run the bounty a few times to be able to purchase it from the operation vendor, Nakuk. Now, the Eidolon Phylaxis increases the enemy levels and final standing reward that you get from completing the bounty, so if you want to increase the standing that you get, make sure you build this. Now, back onto the bounty itself. Now, once you've defended the mixer for the 4-minute duration, you'll have to pick up the canister again and move it to a down drone. Once interacting with the drone, you'll have to defend the drone while it makes its way to the infested boil in the center of the plains of Eidolon, and once it reaches there, it'll start the final stage of the bounty. Now, depending on what you used, the Eidolon Phylaxis or the Catalyst, the interaction at this point will be different. But overall, you will have to kill any infested that you see around the boil, and that will increase the percentage that you see on your HUD. Once it reaches 100%, you'll complete the bounty. Now, if you did use an Infested Catalyst, that will spawn the Hemocyte during this duration. Now, if you used 4 Catalysts during the mixing phase, that'll spawn 4 Hemocytes. Now, the Hemocytes are basically recolored Lephantuses, and they will drop mods from the Hunter mod set, as well as a Hemocyte Systolith, which is used to create the Operation Trophies in your dojo. Now, if you used all 4 Catalysts to spawn the Hemocytes, each of them will spawn at every 20%. Now, only one can be fought at each point of time. Once again, once you kill all 4 of them, or depending on how many you used, at 100% you'll finish the bounty and you can return to Cetus. At this point, you can head to Nakuk, the operation vendor, and purchase a few items. Now, she has a few exclusive items, which include Plains of Eidolon resources, such as the rare minerals and ores, exclusive Zor Arcanes, infested Zor parts, and weapon blueprints. Now, these blueprints are for the Ether Daggers and Snipetron, as well as 2 mods in there as well with the Fulmination and Sacrifice mods. And that is all I can cover regarding the current ongoing Operation Plaguestar. Because we got Operation Plaguestar during this week it was launched, we had a hotfix, which was hotfix 22.17.1. Now, this hotfix, besides bringing Operation Plaguestar, brought the changes to Inaros' Ramsey skins. It now has a full matte color on certain parts of the skin, instead of the full metallic overlay. It looks much better now. We also have some more changes to the Kuva Survival mission, just little HUD changes such as making the Tirvani node list Kuva Fortress Survival, and there's a few more fixes there up on your screen, you can read them here. Now, the main things that I want to talk about here are the legendary arcane trading changes. For every unranked legendary arcane that you have, there will be 100,000 credits. For every rank 1 legendary arcane that you have, it will cost you 300,000 per arcane. For rank 2, it'll be 600,000 credits, and for a full rank 3 legendary arcane, you will have to have 1 million credits in your bank when trading for a legendary arcane. Now, those were just for the arcane traders. But the main notice here is the change to the Fomorian drop tables. Now, if you did not know, the Imperator Vandal receiver had a 2% drop percentage when it came to the Fomorian, so it was a lot harder to get the receiver than everything else. That is no longer the case, and it now has the equal percentage drop chance as the Imperator Vandal barrel at 11.28%. So, for players that have been trying to farm for that, you know, hundreds of runs and whatnot, hopefully you get it a lot faster now. Moving on from the hotfix, we have the Tennocon 2018 digital pack going live. It is now live for every platform. You can go over to the Tennocon website and pick it up there. Now, upon purchase, you will get the Tennocon 2018 armor set, but you will have to wait up until Tennocon actually starts to use the Barracuda relay. Moving on, we have an analysis post from Eidolon regarding Arcane Drop Rates and patterns, so if you want to have a look at that, you can see which of the Arcanes have been dropping a lot more than others. And moving on once again, we have Devstream 109 being scheduled for April 13th, so get ready for some updated news, hopefully on whatever we're getting. Hopefully Korra, they have been talking a bit about Korra on Twitter, so hopefully they give us a little update in regards to that, as well as the new UI that they're working on that looks like shit. We then had the Lepus headgear removed from every player's accounts, as I stated when I first made those videos, so you will no longer be able to use them. Now for console players, you guys will be getting update 22.17 on the 10th of April, so enjoy what you get in that. You'll be getting some Tennocon, the Inaros Ramsey skin, and the Dojo remaster. Also, for PlayStation players, you have a Platinum Sale starting from April 3rd, 4th, and 5th, depending on your region, and going to the 10th, 11th, or 12th, depending on your region. So, if you want to get some Platinum, there's your time to do so. Then we have some Twitter posts. We have Steve coming out with another work-in-progress shot of the inventory HUD, and once again, I think it looks like absolute shit, but it is work in progress, so hopefully they fucking get it right. We then have another post from Steve showing us that they are working on a new PBR treatment for the skyboxes in the plains of Eidolon, making it a lot easier to see. So here's a shot from before and what they're working on at the moment. And that is all we have. Now that concludes this week in Warframe. If you found the video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, leave a comment giving me some criticism. I'm happy to change the series in any way. Also, if you missed out on last week's episode, we had a lot more to cover in last week's episode, so if you missed out on that, make sure you click the annotation on the screen right now. It'll take you right there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.